A very good morning, my dear children. I am Gayatri, your science mom. And how are you all? I think you all are good. Okay, last class, what we discussed, did you remember that? Yes, we have discussed about digestion and the role of microbe. That is your second lesson. And what we discussed in this chapter, we have discussed about teeth. So, what are the types of teeth? There are 4 types of teeth. That is incisor, canine, premolar and molar. And also we have discussed about the structure of tooth and how can we precautions we take our teeth. And also we have discussed about the microorganisms. So what is microorganism? It is a single cell organism. We can't see through our naked eyes. We can only see under the microscope. So today we will discuss about digestion in human beings. What is digestion? The digestion means your intake of food and then broken into small pieces and it will pass through the different parts of in our body. So this food is passed through the stomach and then intestine and then large intestine and then finally anus. So this what are the parts? Or there is a buccal cavity and then esophagus and otherwise food pipe, and if the food is passes through the stomach is a sac-like structure and then large intestine and then small intestine and rectum and finally anus. So this all the parts of the digestive system. So this all the organs is involved in the digestive system. This tract is called the digestive tract. So in the mouth the food is digested by the salivary gland and then liver and then pancreas. So first one we have discussed about mouth and the buccal cavity. So we are taking a food and then we are chewing the food items. So for chewing the food item our tongue is helpful for the chewing the food items. So we are taking a food, the teeth it will help to the, it will cut the food item into simple break down the food items. Okay, so this is the process it will happening in the mouth. And what is the role of the saliva? The saliva is present in below the tongue, okay, it between the tongue and then teeth. So if saliva is secreted from the salivary gland, the saliva it converts starch in the food into sugars and also softens the food. And what is tongue? So tongue is a muscular tissue and it is helpful for movement of a food into our mouth. It will move the food in all the directions in the mouth. So what is the role of a tongue? It have a taste buds in the tongue. So it will indicate the taste, food taste. So what is a food taste? That is a sweet or it with the tongue. And next one is a esophagus. So food is passed from the mouth through the esophagus. So this is the esophagus, or otherwise we are called as a food pipe. The esophagus it is flexible in nature. It will pass the food into the stomach. Okay. So after it will reach the stomach, the food is broke down into simple substance. Next one we have discussed about the stomach. So after the food is reached into the stomach, it will broken down into simple substance with the help of digestive juices, and the food is divided into a simple substance. So what has happened in the stomach? The food is enter into the stomach. It will mix with the mucus and it will secrete the stomach. It will secrete a hydrochloric acid and then digestive juices. The hydrochloric acid will kill the bacteria it presents on the food items, and the digestive juices it will split the food items into simple carbohydrate, into sugar, and then protein into amino acids. So this is the process is happen in a stomach. And next one is a small intestine. So what happens in the small intestine? The small intestine is a coiled like structure. The length of the small intestine is about 7.5 meter. So after it will reach the food item, the pancreatic juices and then bile juices it will secrete it from the liver and it will digest the food item. For this is a liver. The liver is present above the stomach. It is reddish brown in color. It will secrete a bile juice. Okay, so bile juice, it is secreted from the bile and it will reach the food and it will digest the food item. And pancreas also, the pancreas is just present below the stomach, is a leaf like structure and it is present in green in color. So what is the role of the liver and then pancreas? The liver is produce a bile juice and pancreas is produce a pancreatic juices. It will digest the food and it will convert it into a simple substance, that is a carbohydrate into sugars and then protein protein into amino acids. Okay, so after that the partially digested food, it is passed into the small intestine. So the food is reaches in the small intestine and partially digested and it will digested through the food is consumed is digested and is now ready to absorb into the blood. So that is the absorption process. So absorption process, it is present on the intestine, small intestine. The small intestine is have a villi, that is a finger like projections. The villi is extends the surface of the small intestine. It will help for the absorption of the nutrient through the small intestine. So what has happened in this process? The food items, it will broken down into simple substances, that is a sugars, amino acids and then fatty acid and glycerol. It is absorbed by a bloodstream and it will pass to all the parts of the body. So this process is called the assimilation. Okay, so what is the process we are called it? That is the assimilation. The undigested and unabsorbed food, it will enter to the large intestine. So what is large intestine? It is joined with the small intestine. Now the undigested and undigested food is passed to the large intestine. It will absorb the for other water content and other nutrient in the large intestine, and finally it will pass the fecal matter, is a semi-solid substance, into the rectum, and finally the waste material, that is it passed to the anus. It is a fecal matter. Okay, so this is the digestion process is happen in the human digestive system. Okay children, so in this lesson we are discussed about a structure of teeth and then types of teeth and also what is microorganisms, what are the uses and harmful microbes we are discussed in this chapter. Adult day we are discussed, and for this section we are discussed about human digestive system. So human digestive system we are discussed about the ingestion, that is the intake of food, and then digestion, that is a process, it is happening in the stomach, and absorption, it is process is doing in a small intestine. Okay, so this is our lesson. Go through this lesson. We will meet in the next class. Thank you.